Welcome to the Workplace Wellness Matters podcast, where your wellness matters. With your host, Belinda Fly, founder and CEO of HR Board and More, and Dr. Andrew Watley, wellness coach and mental health consultant. This podcast is made possible by the generosity of our sponsors. As always, thank you for your support and commitment to workplace wellness. I'm your announcer, Ari Johnson. Now let's join this episode of Workplace Wellness Matters.
Hello, and welcome to the Workplace Wellness Matters podcast, where I am your co host, Belinda Fly, and my amazing co host,
Dr. Andrew Watley.
Dr. Andrew Watley. Yes. Hello, everybody.
Hi.
Hi. So before we jump in, we want to start with, first of all, welcoming everybody for coming back. This is the third week of January. So everybody's
Hmm.
kind of getting their footing right into 2026.
That's right.
2026. I just like to say it, 2026. And
2026.
what we're going to do is we want to pause for a second because, as you know, this month we have been sponsored by an amazing sponsor. And I'm going to just shout them out real quick. Everybody, I want you to know Triumphant Financial. We talked about them a little bit the last 2 weeks, but Triumphant Financial, the founder is Monica Landry. And let me just tell you, if you need your business evaluated, if you need a valuation of your business, people say, like, well, why would I do that, Belinda? You could be wanting to, at some point, it may not be now, at some point, sell your business. You also may just want to know how much your business is actually worth in the real
Hmm.
finance world, right? Not what we think is not what we think it's worth, because we all think our businesses are worth a gazillion dollars because it's our blood, sweat, and tears, right? But if you really want to get an accurate financial assessment and valuation of your business, Monica Landry and her team are the people that you need to be in touch with. That is Triumphant Financial. Their website is nextstepvaluation.com. That is nextstepvaluation.com. And if you need to email them, it is info at triumvirate valuations. I'll spell that TRIUMVERATE valuations.com. So we want to thank again Triumvirate Financial, Monica Landry, and her entire team for being our sponsor and just for, thinking that wellness in the workplace matters. We appreciate them. So thank you, Triumvirate
Thank you
Financial.
so much. We
Yeah,
appreciate it.
absolutely. So, Andrew, what's going on? What are we talking about today?
First of all, I wanted to say happy birthday month again. I
Yeah,
want to
thank
keep it
you.
going.
Thank
You
this
know,
right. This is week 3
this is week 3 of your birthday. So,
of my
I want to
birthday,
keep it going. I want to keep
and
reminding people.
yes, thank you for reminding our amazing audience that yes, it's still my birthday and it will be
Still your
until the
birthday.
31st. And so when
Hmm.
people say, like, when is your birthday, Belinda? It is January
It's
1st
January.
through the 31st. Like, that's my
Hmm.
birthday. It doesn't matter the day, it's the month. It's the month.
Exactly.
And we're celebrating all month long.
A whole
So yeah.
month long.
Yeah. So yeah, thank you for pausing and giving me my birthday shout out. Thank you for that.
You deserve
Yes.
it. You definitely deserve it.
I want
But
everybody to
other than
celebrate
your
themselves.
birthday,
Yeah. Other than
that's
my
right.
birthday. Yeah. Let's talk
Other
about
than
other
your
stuff.
birthday,
Yeah.
we are talking about the good old dreaded Monday blues.
Monday blues.
The
Yes. The
Monday
dreaded.
blues.
I think that,
So,
yeah, like, why is, let's talk about, why is it dreaded, right? Like, why does it have to be, why does it feel like that? Let's just talk about all that stuff. Let's figure it out. Let's have a
talk about all this
conversation.
stuff.
Have a
So, I think,
conversation.
let's have a conversation about it.
Let's have a
Of course,
conversation.
we look forward to the weekend. We look forward, we have that once Friday hits during the week, we're like, all right, we're almost done. And then we have 2 whole days to ourselves. 2 out of the 7 days of the week, we get 2. And so that Monday is always for a lot
I
of
just
people, that
love how
Monday
you
is the worst
frame
one.
that. We
Oh yeah, 2 whole days,
to
2
go with it.
a whopping
Yeah,
2
yeah,
days to
yeah,
do what you need
yeah,
to do and be with your
yeah.
family
Okay,
and
yeah,
all of
yeah,
that
yeah,
stuff,
yeah,
and then you go
yeah.
back to doing work, you know? But I think a lot of it though, I think for me, I'll go back to, when I was working in the corporate world, it wasn't so much the Monday that
Mm,
was the worst day for me. It was always Sunday. Sunday, once the
mm.
sun set on Sunday, I
Okay.
think that was when my depression started because I knew, Sunday's rolling around. That means the sun is going down at this point, dinner is
Mm.
done. I'm going to get ready for bed. And when I open my eyes, that is because the alarm is going to go off. And now my weekend is done. My free
Uh-huh.
time is done. And now I'm
Uh-huh.
going back to work for the man. So,
Oh,
but I think
wow.
yeah, it's kind of, for me, I think for a lot of people, it's the fact that that freedom is kind of done. We surrender that little bit of time that we had. Those 2 whole days are now done.
Yeah.
We got to surrender our fun, our freedom, our family time, all of that stuff. Because from 9 to 5, for the next 5 days, I'm going to be at this place. But I'm wondering too, would that still be the same? And, maybe this is for you and then for,
Mm-hmm.
all of our listeners, y'all can
Mm-hmm.
chime in,
Yep.
in the emails and stuff.
Yep. Yep.
But is it the same way if you're actually working for a job that you enjoy? Would you
Yes.
still dread
No,
the
wait, I'm
Monday?
so sorry.
Yes.
No, no, that's not fair. Okay, wait. Yes, and right. Partially. So, because while you were talking, I was just,
Mhm.
sitting over here, of course, drinking my coffee, but
Of course.
thinking, of course, but just thinking like, why does that feel like that? And then I was thinking like, okay, 9 to 5, 9 to 5. But then even those of us who are like entrepreneurs who like own our own business, like why
Mhm.
does it feel the same for us? And I would say sometimes. I'll say
Mhm.
sometimes, and I think just like personally, right? And I would love to hear from our audience. I would love for people to chime in, email us all the things, and we'll tell them how to do that. But I
Right.
think it's still like it's what you said. I think it's the societal norm of five
Mhm.
days of work and 2 days of rest. That's
Right.
what I think it is. And
Mhm.
so even where in like business coaching, we are taught and trained and coached to like prep your week on Sunday,
Mhm.
right?
Right.
So I think sometimes for me, it depends on what that week, what's happening that I know of. Like, is it a big project? Is it a stressful thing? Is it a fun client? You know what I mean? So I think for
Mhm.
me, my thoughts about Monday really depends on what I know I have going on that week. So it's not, if
Mm.
that makes sense, right? So it's not like every Sunday
Absolutely.
I feel like, oh my God, it's Monday. Not necessarily, but I will
Mhm.
say that there are some Sundays where when I sit and plan the week or think about what I have got, it does kind of feel maybe a little bit heavier than other weeks, if that makes sense.
Right. Right. Does
Yeah.
that get easier throughout the rest of the week, or is it just, you carry all of that weight on that Monday?
See, I think for me, now I can tell you specifically like this past week, I felt the stress even in my body. All right. So I
Mm.
I feel like
Mhm.
we all carry stress. I know when it's like I have a lot of things coming up
Mhm.
or happening and I start to feel like, oh, I gotta get this, this. I start to feel it then. And as I'm
Mhm.
closer to finishing the things, it goes away. So I don't think it's necessarily like Monday and then it's gone or not. I think it's like, is this a hectic, crazy week with 10 things
Mhm.
versus is this a calm, well paced week with less bigger projects or things?
Mm. Mhm. I get you. I
Yeah.
got what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
I think, listening to what you're saying, I think maybe just, part of that stress, I think, if we go bigger than just the Monday, the actual day, I think is maybe we just have an issue with scheduling, just
That
like
too. Yep.
routines, maybe
Yep.
scheduling and maybe
Yep.
routines.
Yep.
So even if we do have a good week, if we go
Yep.
into, Sunday hits and we got, oh, I got to work to net tomorrow. We get up, we go to work, we could have a great week, great
Mm-hmm.
week. But on Sunday, again, that feeling of Monday is still
Mm-hmm.
just going to come around. So there's something about, just the routine maybe
Mm-hmm.
of this is what I do for most of the week. I get a little bit of a break into maybe even the weekend, even though that's like the best time of the week for a lot of us. Maybe that
Mm-hmm.
weekend is really what kind of, throws us off because the majority of the week is this routine. I get up at this time, my alarm goes off, I get my coffee, I
Yeah.
get in my car by this time, I go to work, I do these things, I work until this time, I go home, I do this, I do that, I go to sleep, I repeat. And then the weekend
Mm-hmm.
comes and like we break the routine. So maybe Mondays are so hard because of the weekend, because we break the routine. Now, I'm not telling us to work on the weekend. Hell no. I'm never
Not at
doing
all.
that.
Not at all.
Never
Not
gonna
at all.
happen. Don't
Don't
want
ever
that
do
to
it.
be the thing.
Don't ever
No.
do it. No.
I'm not doing it.
No.
But I'm wondering if because the weekend we break the routine, that's what makes starting the routine so hard. And Mondays get a bad
Mm.
reputation. Monday's not even my worst day. I don't like Tuesdays. I think Tuesday is the most
That
pointless
is
day of the entire week.
hilarious. That is,
Pointless.
tell me, you got
What
to
is the
tell me
point of a
why.
Tuesday?
Oh
So
my
Monday is
God,
the
this is
beginning of the
funny.
work week.
Uh-huh.
Wednesday, we're halfway there.
Uh-huh.
Thursday is Baby Friday, and then we get to
Baby
Friday.
Friday.
Baby
So what is
Friday.
Tuesday? What is Tuesday? So we're gonna
What is
audience
Tuesday?
people listen. We're gonna do a podcast called "What Is Tuesday."
What is Tuesday? I say we get rid of it. What is the point? Besides Mardi Gras, there's no point on Tuesday.
We
No
gotta
point
write
of a
this
Tuesday.
down. We're gonna do a "What Is Tuesday." We're gonna do a whole episode around
We
what
do
this
what is
is.
Tuesday and then
So
Baby Friday.
hilarious, baby. You know I call it Friday Eve, but I do like Baby Friday a whole lot better. So that's what I'm gonna. That's I literally in my emails, Happy Friday Eve. I'm gonna start saying Happy Baby Friday. People are gonna be
Happy
like,
Baby
"What is
Friday.
she doing? What is she doing?" I'm gonna say you can
Get-
blame Andrew. You can blame Andrew
it's
for that
my
one.
fault. It is Baby
Tuesdays have
Friday.
no meaning. This is yeah. Now
There's
we
no
got yeah. We're
meaning.
gonna have to
They're
do a
pointless.
whole podcast. But I like what you're saying about. So maybe it's because right. And let me listen. I want to just pause and say to everybody listen to us and those of you, we're not saying there's a right or a wrong,
Right.
right? Like there are options, and I this is me in my consulting practice. I'm not
Hmm.
telling you what to do, right? I'm not
Right.
telling you that you're wrong. I'm giving you other things that possibly you haven't considered that may be better practices that
Right.
work better than what you're doing. So I just want to say like this whole conversation, we are not saying that one is right or wrong, like, Monday through Friday and then set. But I love what you're saying about is it because we break the routine and have these
Hmm.
different, I don't know, schedules or things
Hmm.
on weekends. And then as you were talking, I'm like, so how do we have a routine, right? Like, do we
Hmm.
keep a routine the 2 days that makes the Monday easier, or do we those that maybe can? Do we bring some of the weekend routine into Monday?
That's what I'm thinking, and that's what I do. So, now that I work for myself with my private practice, I don't work on Mondays. Sundays and Mondays are off, and so my day usually starts on that pointless Tuesday. But even then, that I still have that dreaded Tuesday feeling, that I have the dreaded Tuesdays because that's the start of the week.
Hmm.
But I like what you said about bringing some of that weekend stuff in. And so
Hmm.
what we can do is so whether you start working on whatever day of the week, Monday, pointless Tuesday, halfway Wednesday, Friday, or actual Friday, whenever you start your day, or whenever you
Yeah,
start your week,
yeah,
start doing certain routines to make it a little better, for you to transition into it. I remember a while ago, years ago, I was a teacher, and I would have that Sunday depression, as I would call it. And so what I started doing is that every Sunday, I would get everything ready for the next day, make sure I have
yeah,
my lunches together, my
yep,
bag is
yep,
packed, all of the work related stuff.
yep.
And then after the work related stuff, before I would go to bed, I would do something for me. And so usually that meant putting on like some type of funny movie or
Okay.
playing a game or doing something like that that was
Hmm.
for me so that before I went to bed I wasn't thinking about, all right, well, when I wake up I got to get ready for work.